All right. This is the part about this show is that I can totally fuck it up all the time, and nobody cares. It's awesome. Okay, I'm going to get started right away. Hey, everybody. My name is Matt, and this flaming ball of turds is the Real Three Idiots podcast. Now, I'm going to introduce everybody on the show, and we're going to talk about my favorite subject in the whole world, beer, okay.
What did I set up for here?
But before
It's the wrong episode for you.
There's a lot of dicks in the dance floor.
Wait. Yeah, there's way too many not strippers in here to talk about that. Okay, but before I do, we have something new that I want to get to right away. Okay, so everybody here, and you guys can play it at home. We're going to play a cool game called Mystery Guest. Are you guys ready to play a little Mystery Guest?
Let's do it.
All right.
Is there a cheesy intro music that I have to wait for?
No. That's here. This so I don't know how to do that. Yeah, this is the weirdest thing. So 40 shows in, we don't edit because I don't know how to edit, and I can't add any sound effects or anything else. Yeah, so hey, what are you going to do? Okay, so let me introduce our mystery guest right now. Joining us from Seattle, Washington is Jay. Jay, welcome to the show.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
You are welcome. You are welcome. It's great to have you here, and you're the first West Coast person that we've had.
Wow, I'm honored.
Okay, is Seattle? Do they consider that West Coast?
Pacific Northwest.
Well, it's on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's Pacific Northwest. Definitely West Coast.
Okay, so here, let's try this. It's
Pacific
raining.
I
I think, therefore I am.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jay, it is raining in Chicago. Is it raining in Seattle?
It is raining in Seattle right now.
Okay, so I feel like it rains every day in Seattle, right?
Is that your first question?
Quite a bit, yeah. Starting right around now, it'll start raining.
Okay, no, I'm not doing this. I know why Jay is here. Okay, so Jay is the director, and see if I get this right, of Unexpected Productions, which is an improv group in Seattle. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. It's a company that's been there about 40 years. And we're our 40-year anniversary is coming up next summer.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay, so I haven't given anything away. I haven't not given anything away. Okay, so now Jay,
I'm confused.
Oh, you should be. Jay is also the curator of a very unique art piece. Would you say curator? Does that sound right?
We can call it that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm our building.
Don't give away too much. Okay, so you guys are going to ask Jay any yes or no questions. Now, I will tell you this again. It is an art piece, okay? It is a piece of art, and I will give you a couple of hints as we do this. Now, if you're playing at home, hit us up on social media when you have figured it out. Now, at any point, if you think you know what it is, oh, my God, no. Please.
I got a stupid guess.
Oh, okay. So anytime you think you figured it out, after anybody asks a question, there's no order or anything, go ahead and say if you think it, and if it is what it is, Jay will say, yeah, you guessed it. Now, Ted, I swear to God, I cannot wait for your first guess. I'm very, very excited about this.
You know what? I'm actually a terrible guesser. You ever see the Wheel of Fortune where the person that can guess the whole puzzle with just like one letter? I'm not that person. So I'm going to need you to talk to me like I'm 5 years old for the next 45 minutes, and then I might be able to.
Teddy, this is 5 minutes. And we're gonna, don't.
I have an idea. I got a question.
Okay, hold on. I will give you one hint, and I do have a question for Jay. That's very, very important. So, number one, Jay, would you say that this art piece is gross?
Yes.
Okay, and then one final question before these guys get started. In the last 7 days, have you seen a puma or a Bigfoot?
No.
Oh, thank God. Okay, our last guest, it took 2 minutes, and she had already told us she saw a puma and a Bigfoot within the last 7 days. And
one of them was captured on our camera, but the other one wasn't. We'll guess which one was and which one wasn't. Conveniently.
All right, gentlemen, I think Jay and I are ready, so ask away. Go ahead.
The gross threw off my question, but my question was, does this art piece have anything to do with Soundgarden being in Seattle or alternative bands?
No, it was very quiet, though, just so you know. It was
okay. Oh, okay, yeah. So speak up just a little bit, but no. Go ahead. Anybody else? Any other questions?
Is your building shaped like genitalia?
I'm sorry. I missed.
Matt, you got to turn up the volumes or something.
Okay, go ahead. I will turn this up just a little bit here. Go ahead.
Is your building shaped or modeled after genitalia?
Sorry, it's super, super quiet. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn it. I knew this wouldn't work. Okay, is your building shaped like any genitalia?
No.
Okay. All right, so let's see if this works a little bit better. All right, go ahead, guys. Try it again. Go ahead. Ask anything. Wow, this is really turning into a bag of shit.
Can you hear me, Jay? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I
Good.
can hear you.
Good. Is your artwork have anything to do with cadavers or human body parts?
No.
Okay.
Wait a minute. He's doing no, and it has nothing to do with that. He is throwing you guys off right now.
Did you make it?
No.
No, I'll give you a hint. Anybody can make this. Anybody can add to this art piece.
This art piece have anything to do with crap or shit?
Not crap. No.
Crap.
Not
That'd be coprophagia, man.
Does this art installment involve beer or alcoholic beverages in any way?
I'm sorry?
anything to do with beer or alcoholic beverages.
No.
Oh man, this is.
But it's like a communal art piece where people. So it's an existing art piece that people can come in and add to it.
Yes.
Oh,
is it an article of clothing?
No, not clothing.
Is it kid friendly?
Yes.
Is it gum?
Is it what?
Does it have to do with gum? Bubble
Yes.
gum? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man.
Wait, it is gum. Is that the end? Are we done?
Well,
Yes.
Did you guess it? Okay.
you did kind of guess it. Okay, this is not go at all. I was really hoping this would be a lot harder. So Jay is part. So when you go to see his improv group or anything around there, is it right outside your door, Jay? Is it like the alley to your building?
Yeah. So it started out just as our wall for our theater, on our theater, and then it spread to the other side, and now it's the entire alley, this 200-foot alley tunnel
covered in gum.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are you
I never would have guessed that.
Jay, are you in downtown Seattle?
Yeah, it started. People were in line waiting for our show, and then they'd put a little bit of gum on the wall. Then they were putting pennies in it. Then eventually, somebody we don't know who, somebody who needed money, I guess, popped all the pennies out. Then it just became this wall of gum, and we got several letters saying we need to scrape it because we were responsible for it, because it was our audiences that were putting the gum there. And so for a few years we would go out and scrape it with like a spatula or whatever.
And who's enforcing this, or who complained about this?
So this is at the Pike Place Market, the
Okay.
PDA.
Okay.
Back then in the 90s, this is in the 90s, they would complain about it. Then the main guy who was really pushing us to clean it, he left for 10 years. He came back and the thing is just full of gum. And now it's a big tourist attraction.
Yeah.
And we've actually cleaned it off with the Pike Place Market has cleaned it off with some kind of a steam pressure gun. They've done that 3 times, but it always comes back. It just comes right back.
So let me ask you this: when it's summertime, and there is literally a wall like 8 feet high and like 30, it's like 30 feet long, right? The wall.
It is. I think we measured it. It started out 50. Right now it's about 100 feet long on both sides.
So in the summer, when it gets hot, is it just like this disgusting, gooey mess?
Like the Blob or something, where it's just kind of.
So the gum gets looser for sure, and the scent does start to come out, but it's either fruity or minty. It's not that bad. It's at one point it did start getting dark mold growing up it, and that's when they cleaned it all off. So right now it's just this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's okay.
Multicolored.
Just spray with some bleach. And how you stop the homeless from stealing money? Just replace the pennies with fentanyl and razor blades. They'll stop.
What?
Well, better outside than under the tables, right?
What the
It's
hell?
the fentanyl again.
So Mark or Jay, do not listen to anything that these guys say. These guys are, first of all, we're 3 idiots, and those are terrible ideas. Don't do that. That is awful. So, have you ever put any gum on there? I mean, do you guys go out there every once in a while and just do this?
Oh, rarely. But when they cleaned it all off, I was the first one to go out. I put a J on it with gum. So I was the first one to put it on there. But people are ready for it. So if they know it's going to be cleaned off, they just pile down and just start replenishing it again. And then, of course, tourists come by, and then it's completely full. It takes about a month to fill it back up.
Sure.
When they do clean
Which
it.
is actually good because it's like almost like erasing a chalkboard, and then you get to start anew again. So I guess there's a benefit to that.
Yeah. People do put lots of they'll put their business cards on it. They've like right now. There's like sometimes there'll be masks like squeezed into it.
Oh my!
So when it's just gum, it's great. But when they put garbage in it, it's pretty bad.
Sure.
Oh, so there probably is. So Ryan wasn't too far off. People probably do some genitalia on there, right? They probably make some really kind of gross kind of pictures up there.
Someone has had sex with that wall.
Someone
did it.
Seriously, we'll see
someone
maybe
has
a
to have
condom
done it.
or something. There'll be a condom popped against it.
Oh my god!
And we clean we have a buzzer that we have to cover in tape, and I clean it with Crisco oil just so you got to put the gum on it, it kind of falls off, or it's easy to clean off. And we've cleaned our windows before with Crisco oil as well. So it's just a kind of a fog, but it doesn't look that bad. It's worse. I mean, it's better than having gum all over it.
Oh man, that is so nasty. Okay, so real quick before we let you go, I said you were part of Unexpected Productions, and you guys have an improv group. What do you guys do in your group?
Oh yeah. Wednesday through Sundays, there's shows. We do about 28 shows per month right now. We were doing 40 until COVID came along, and just different types of just if you're in Chicago, of course, there's improv everywhere. But we do long form, short form, genre stuff, just every kind of improv imaginable. Teach classes, but like I said, it's 40 years, so
wow,
we've been around a while.
That is really cool. Yeah, because, I mean, Chicago, I always think of improv, you think of Chicago and you think of New York, but, I mean, 40 years in Seattle, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. It's
all right,
little secret.
Yeah, Jay, thanks for being on the show. And I told Jay that we would get together and maybe do something with have the improv group on or do something with that. So hopefully we'll do that in the near future. Jay, I can't even imagine how much Crisco oil you buy like in a week, but I'm sure that everybody
not more than Ted.
Well, yeah, no kidding.
Well, Ted's got that pool in his backyard.
Not as much as your Jergens lotion supply, I'll tell you that much. So.
Well, oh man, that is so wrong. I was just thinking when Jay walks in and he asks for like 70 pounds of Crisco, are they just thinking, wow, that is going to be an orgy that we cannot ever forget, man. You guys are going to have so much fun. All right, Jay, thanks for being on the show, and hopefully we will talk soon.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. It was great.
All right, take care.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Yeah.
Oh man, that was pretty cool.
So I actually saw that when I was in Seattle. I was running
did you really?
I saw this wall. I didn't know what the hell it was. It was early in the morning, so there wasn't a lot of people around. People were looking, and it looked like a bunch of gum on a wall. I'm like, what the fuck? It was. But I actually saw that.
That's
it's downtown
hilarious.
Seattle.
Yeah, so it's so funny. I see this thing, right? And I hear about this. And so I shoot him an email, and it's so funny that the people are, they immediately, I'm like, listen to the show. They listen to the show. They call me back, they email me back in a week and like, yeah, I want to be on. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah. He goes, I don't know where. He goes, no, where else am I going to tell people about this?
Yeah, I never heard of something like that until you just brought it up. So that's pretty good exposure, for Jay and
if you're in Seattle, if you're in Seattle doing that. But you know what? I think
Ted would lick the wall. Would you lick it, Ted?
Oh man.
Guess what flavor that is, Ted? Just point to different colored gums, and Ted would.
What was it? You got Big Red, and then you got the remember the bazooka gum that was like really hard to chew? It was in the package. It was like
because it was
like
9 years old.
Cylinder. It was like a cylinder.
Yeah, that thing. I mean, when you bought bazooka
Nobody bought
gum,
that for the gum. You bought it for the comic.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Isn't that weird? You read the comic every time you opened that up, right? And it was stupid, but you read it every single time.
Couldn't look away.
Yeah.
It was hard gum.
It was terrible. Yeah, because it was terrible. It was 9 years old. It was made every piece of bazooka gum was made 9 years previously.
So Jay, when you made that guess about kid friendly, did you think it was gum, or were you on that path, or no?
Ryan.
Oh, it's Ryan.
No, I was thinking it was related to Legos for some reason. I don't know why, but I was like, let's. But I was starting to realize that it wasn't going to be something specific, so I wanted to go way back and try to get some.
Well, I like how immediately when I went to gross.
Well, yeah.
Ryan went to sex parts and Steve went to shit. I love it. I love that. You see, and that was the thing. I knew that would throw you guys off because I'm disgusting. And I figured you guys would go a way level higher than whatever I was doing. Okay, so now we need to officially start the show. Okay, our regulars are here, Teddy and Mark.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. And are you stoked about our special guest for today?
Yeah, I have some questions.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you got the answers.
Ryan, that's literally what we do.
Ryan needs to know that Ted's not a beer guy at all.
That's great.
That's not
Steve's a huge beer guy.
He's got whiskey
as well.
here.
Yeah. No. Teddy says to me, this is so funny. So we'll get fucked up the night before, and we'll go golfing and everything, right? And Teddy will do this, and Teddy's like, I'm not drinking today, and he'll open up a beer, and I'll be like, Ted, what are you doing? He goes, no. When I don't want to drink, I just drink beer.
Okay.
That's Ted's idea of beer. So when he's not drinking, that's beer. Okay.
I always thought that was kind of weird, but
I actually do have one good beer story. It's the only one I have. It's going to take like 30 seconds. So.
Okay, so let me introduce everybody.
Of course.
Okay. One of our guests is my brother-in-law, Steve. Steve, welcome back.
Hello, glad to be
Steve.
back and excited about Ryan the guest.
Yeah, and our very special guest is the owner of a really cool place. If you're in the Chicago area, it's in one of the suburbs. There's a couple of them. There's actually one in Park Ridge and one in Arlington Heights, if I'm right.
Another Elmhurst by the time you get here.
Ooh,
Nice.
Wow. Third one. Okay, very cool. It's called Bear on the Wall, and our guest is Ryan Tracy. Ryan, welcome to the show.
That's me. Hi.
Man, everybody knows. Everybody except Ted knows who they are.
That's true. I
Yeah.
probably did not need to say that, and nobody can see me, so that's
You don't know
completely
that.
superfluous.
You have
so
no
sorry about
idea.
that.
3 stores now.
3 stores. Yeah, we
You've got us completely surrounded too at Arlington Heights, Park Ridge, and then
Elmhurst. Yeah, we built a triangle.
Yes.
Kind of, sort of unintentional, but yeah, So I used to live in the city, Chicago, and I used to have access to some great beer options. I had Beer Temple, I had Bottles and Cans, I had Hop Leaf, all within a quick 10-minute bus ride or a short drive. And moved out to the burbs, moved up to Niles, and got up here, and I was just angry because I couldn't find any beer, and I was like, this is BS. I didn't want to come out to the burbs. I'm having my wife was having a kid in 3 months, and I was like, this sucks. I need more beer.
Oh yeah.
So
Words to live by.
Yeah. Wait till they become teenagers. Yeah. Then
right.
Yeah. Then the unlimited supply of beer is so important.
And I'm happy to say I have an unlimited supply. That's the best part of owning a beer store. But yeah, so I decided I'd written a business plan years before about maybe doing something like this. It didn't work out in the city because everything was just so saturated. But it came out to Niles and found a spot in Park Ridge that was a really crappy street at the time, just like tumbleweeds rolling down the street. And I said, well, this building looks terrible. I should probably put a beer shop here. And
that's the way to do it. You got to stay ahead of the curve. So if you go to a place that's already built up, you're going to pay an arm and a leg. But if you go to a place that's kind of trending in the right direction,
well, you're not joking because it's literally built up around you. The restaurants and everything. It's incredible in the last 6 years.
It was us in an Irish pub. We opened within 6 months of each other.
Declan, I
yep.
know Declan.
Yeah, Declan's a good friend, and I came into his shop, and he looked at me and said, "You're effing crazy."
Get the fuck out of here.
He did.
That means you're on the right path. When someone says you're nuts,
when your neighbor tells you, you're like, "What the?"
We golf with Declan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
God, Declan golfs.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go.
Not very well. Not very well.
I gotta get
all.
Declan golfing. That's gonna be hilarious.
Okay, so let me do this. I have to ask you because you are here. In the last week, this is going to be a standard question we ask all of our guests. Have you seen a puma or Bigfoot in your backyard?
I have not.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Squirrels and skunks. That's about it.
Okay, thank God. That's all I want to know. Okay, so in your store, and this is kind of cool. I think this is the weirdest thing. So you walk in there, and it's really, first of all, and we were just talking about this before we started the show, that a lot of the breweries and a lot of the places are just kind of dumpy and shitty. I mean, they really are. They're just kind of, no offense to any of the breweries out there that are listening, but your place is so cool. It's very, I don't even know the word to use, but it's a really nice place. And that impressed the hell out of me when I walked in.
Thank you. Because the Park Ridge store that you're referring to is one that I built most of it by hand. Like the bar itself is built by hand. I was there one day just like laminating like the countertop onto the bar, and I built it with a buddy, like just cutting 2x4s day by day. So we built that, most of it from the ground up. Now we didn't like trench the floors or like install the toilets ourselves, but that was very homespun. Like we had our first 4 employees. We were staining shelves for the first week and a half. Like that's all we were doing. We had 112 shelves and we all stained them by hand. So it was built as a labor of love, and we wanted to make it cool. I mean, a lot of what I wanted to do was bring that same vibe from the city up to the burbs and say, we can be cool too. We love beer. Just because we're suburbanites doesn't mean we can't have an urban beer experience.
Did day one, did it look like that? I mean, when you first
No,
started?
it did not. It did not.
So it probably looked like one of those craft breweries.
Half the store was finished. We didn't even we like put up a curtain and didn't even have the back half of the store.
That's kind of what I do here. I mean, in the basement is pretty much half finished, and there's a curtain, and I never tell anybody about why the bodies are on the other side of the curtain.
And you're behind the curtain like the Wizard of Oz, and when we see you, you're actually about this tall. And,
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Yeah. All right, so this is kind of cool. So if somebody walks into your store, you literally have 500-600 different beers that they can try. Is that right?
Yeah, depending on the season, it can fluctuate between low 500s and it can get up to 600 sometimes.
Wait, that you can try and buy? Like try?
You can't try. We have 16 draft lines. We usually have a couple things open for sampling, so if you want to walk up and try those, we have those. But we have 600, and we sell everything as a single too. So one of the things that drove me crazy about going into the big box stores was, oh great, here's this 4-pack that's $20 for an 8% IPA. Like, if I don't like this or it's not my favorite, then I have 3 cans that I don't want to drink. So I wanted to break from that and say we're going to sell everything as a single.
So it's all like a la carte. So do you get like an empty six? Like if I wanted like an empty 6-pack, I could just mix and match.
Yep.
Yeah,
you just walk in and just mix a pack.
That's a great idea.
So are you unique in the fact that do the other places like Hop Leaf and stuff? Can you drink in there?
So Hop Leaf you can drink. That's an actual bar. Beer Temple.
Oh yeah, Hop Leaf is Beer Temple's now, right?
Beer Temple is now a slashy, and that's the term we use for it's a liquor store / tap room. So Beer Temple is now a slashy.
Okay.
Bottles and cans is not. You can just buy from them.
Okay.
And then Bitter Pops is the other big one. They were opening as I was leaving, but I did some damage there before I left.
So how do you come up with the idea to have? I mean, I've never heard of this. I'm not a beer dork. I mean, I don't. I mean, Steve has probably tried. Here, let me ask you this though, Steve. Before I do this, how many different beers have you tried?
I'm not sure, but I'm probably over 1,600. I think last time I guess I'm on Untapped, which everybody is.
Now we have to do the the swinging dick contest where you just bring out your Untapped. Like, how many beers you check in, bro? Everybody bring out your Untapped.
Is this going to be a one-up right now?
16,
is this a one-up battle?
I want you to think about that.
No, this is not a one-up at all.
No, look it up.
What's the other? It's Untapped, and what's the other big one?
Well, it used to be Beer Advocate, but they
kind of faded away.
So
it's I don't want to have a contest or anything, but just to give you an idea, I mean, I've probably had maybe 150 different beers. I mean, I'm so maybe 200. Okay, so Ryan, you've got to do this for a gig. Okay, and 1,600 different beers. I knew this number, Steve's number was. I didn't think it'd be that high. How many different beers have you tried? Just a guess.
According to Untapped,
4,000. I'm gonna guess.
I have checked in unique.
9,830.
Oh my God, dude, that is you know what that is like? That is like a porn star.
So do you?
That is literally like a porn star going. Yeah, how many?
The guys from Tap know you? They have to know you.
They don't, I am not the highest person. There I know I have some people here that are in the 20,000s.
It's just an app, so they probably don't know.
Well,
anybody,
but I know, but they're like a bootstrapping company. They started up. I mean, seriously, they're just like 3 guys that started. I mean, I talked to them a while ago.
Yeah.
But they're really approachable and they're into their business. So that's why I was asking them, because I think they pay attention to what's going on the app and people logging in and testing beers.
So wait, so you've tried 9,000 different beers and the guys from Untapped haven't like you're not like some kind of like special expert that they have on or anything?
No.
It's more about everybody that's on the app than it is them. So it's a community outside of them. But I was just curious because.
Yeah, but wouldn't you celebrate I mean. Ted, what have you had? 4? Have you had 4 different beers, Ted? You have a Coors Light.
The worst beer I ever had was Modelo Clamato at a strip bar. Don't ever drink that stuff.
It's not a beer.
It's close.
And I had no choice. It was a BYOB, and I didn't have it. I didn't bring anything, and they brought it out to me, and that was bad. So.
No, that's a bad choice.
Yeah. Don't ask Ted about strip clubs.
I still drink it, by the way, against my will.
Yeah. Ted will drink anything, but his drink of choice is Crown Royal. So, okay, so you do this, you come up with this idea, right? And is this new? Did you copy it? I mean, did you see it someplace else, or did you say that this is my thing?
No, for sure. We are not the originators, and by all means, like I said, I definitely saw this concept at a couple other places, and I think what I did was, we just wanted to come by and change up the model a little bit. I was frustrated by corner liquor stores that were, kind of like you said, trashy. They just had the floors that hadn't been updated in 30 years, the dropped ceiling tiles. Beer that was over a year and a half old having to check the product every time you like wanted to buy a beer. You're like, oh my gosh, this is a year and a half old.
Wait a minute. Beer has dates?
Beer has dates.
Yeah, like remember that commercial with Budweiser, the born on date? Remember the guy called and he goes, man, I think I got some skunky beer. He goes, what's your born on date, sir? He goes, born on date? What's that?
Oh my God, I don't know. I just open it and drink it. I don't know, man.
Dude, it drives me crazy. I have in-laws in Minnesota.
Check the born out date,
and I'll buy beer. I bought beer 10 years ago. Put it on my father-in-law's got a boat. It was on the boat.
It's still there.
3 years go by, and he's taken the beer that he took out of the refrigerator when the boat goes into storage, and he puts it underneath like the wherever. The next season, he pulls all that beer out and puts it back in the fridge. Like that, I don't want to drink anything that is on the boat right now. Oh, we got beer in the boat. Yeah, I know. We're bringing our own.
So. No, it's like my in-laws. God love them. They're phenomenal people. They do not drink any beer, but they bought a Sam Adams 12-pack variety pack when they first met me, and that variety pack is still in that fridge. That was almost 12 years ago.
You don't want to hurt their feelings.
Well, I drank some of it, but I was only over there like a couple days, so I'm not going to drink a whole 12-pack. And then I come back for Thanksgiving the next year.
Wait a minute, you're with your in-laws, and you're not going to drink a 12.
Okay, then my in-laws are also big wine people, so eventually when they forget that they don't care about my actual my drinking habits, they just start pouring you wine and start making you drinks and stuff. So there's plenty of alcohol to be had. Just beer is not usually the first thing they.
So nothing against Sam Adams. You just didn't.
No, nothing against Sam Adams. It never got finished, and it's.
They make some good beers, right?
Oktoberfest is good. Yeah.
So Sam Adams used to be a craft beer. I mean, they were. I mean, they were small.
He still is.
But I mean, they're super huge now. I mean, they were super small. Okay, so did you know that you were? I mean, were you a beer guy like from the get go? Like when you were? I'm not going to say like you were drinking when you were 12, like I did, but were you into it when you were at the age of 21? Were you totally into it? I mean, did you have like a yearning for it?
So I drank. I was pretty straight and narrow. I didn't drink until maybe I was like 19 or 20. Just whenever one was like passing by, I would have.
So you cannot be on the Supreme Court.
You're not
cool.
Be in the Supreme Court.
You're not cool.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I do not deserve to be in the Supreme Court by any means. I don't want that job. My job is stressful as it is. I do not want to be in the Supreme Court.
Your job is stressful. Wait, you sit in I went to go, I talked to Ryan a couple times. He's in the back of his place in Park Ridge, and he's sitting there surrounded by 600 beers. Now, you tell me how that's stressful.
Yeah, because in order to get 600 beers into the store, it's a stressful process, and I have to manage. Mostly at this point, I'm an HR and accounting manager, so I have to manage 50 personalities on a given day,
and all that beer ages. So if no customers come in, Ryan has to drink it.
Yeah, we have to keep.
It's a lot of fucking pressure.
It is. It's like
Who's
Newman at the end of Seinfeld when he's like,
oh, that is awesome.
So Ryan, how does this work? The distribution of this, because I am your customer and I'm the guy that has 1,600 beers, 9,000 beers. How do you decide which? I know 500 sounds like a lot, but it's not. Or what are the 16 rotating ones that you do? Are people coming to you now that you've been established for a long time, or how does it work? I'm curious, and how do you choose? Because there's so many good ones out there, and there's a new brewery now, a new craft brewery in every town.
Sure, and for that point, we're almost I think like 20, 25 minutes in so far. So I brought some samples. We should drink these samples.
Thank God.
Oh, yes. What? You
stuff that Matt has.
Dude, I'm not. You know what? Everybody.
Don't knock this though.
Listen, I never tell anybody what kind of beers they can drink. Okay, so hand them out, and I will start.
Teddy, are you going to partake today?
Absolutely.
All right, Teddy's in.
Yeah. Teddy's going to drink. Yeah. Oh my God, Teddy's going to drink beer. That's awesome.
I'm a good boy, but not a choir boy, Ryan. I'll drink that beer. So.
And so I only brought 4 beer on the wall branded glasses. Do you have other glasses?
Yes.
I can also just drink from a can. I'm totally fine.
I can do that.
I'm gonna from you?
Got the Detroit Lions.
Those are yours.
I take the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, there's no dust.
Oh yeah, I will drink. No.
I'll pass that down.
I'm sending my son upstairs. Yeah, Jackson's here. He's green rooming today. He's not on the show, so he's going to grab some extra glasses. But so let me ask you this. So Steve's right. You have what? 100,000? Are there 10,000 different beers? Are there? I don't even know how many beers there are. How do you pick? Oh, yeah, he's handing me a beer. How do you pick what you want to have in your store? How does it get there?
So this is the part where if you're this is probably pretty boring because beer, it seems like a magical, mystical product, is actually
it does
fairly.
To me, yes.
This is really good, by the way.
So yeah, and sorry. So I put together. Matt and I were talking about I was like, oh, I'll bring some samples. We'll try some beer. So I put together loosely. This is part of the fun of craft beer is I get to put together these 4-packs. So I put together a loosely themed pizza 4-pack beer for us. So you can't see this, of course, because we're on a podcast. But
no, we'll take pictures of everything.
Perfect.
It'll be on. It'll be on.
So what is this?
So this is from Microphone Brewing. They're up in Elk Grove Village, Illinois. So they're not too far from
Very
here.
cool place, by the way. They
very neat.
jam music in there. They have a vibe. Like you have a vibe. They have a vibe at that place. That's terrific.
Oh, awesome.
And this is if you're looking at the picture, on the website or wherever, you'll see it looks just like a pizza box on the front. So, but this is a dry Italian Pilsner. So this is in the vein of like a Peroni, or even like a Heineken. I saw somebody was drinking a Heineken at some point earlier today. So
guilty. This is very good. Yeah.
It is really good.
So this is really dry, right? Like at the end of it, it kind of like there's no sweetness in this whatsoever. It just kind of tastes like a very dry piece of bread that just came out of the oven.
So I heard Pilsners, which I like, but I heard that the craft breweries, one of these guys told me one time that they're very hard to brew and make. I don't know why. Did you hear that before? Is it?
No, they're very hard to make for. So, and this kind of goes into what your question is about distribution as well too. So distribution, how do we determine what comes in the store and how do we determine what we carry and what? So a lot of it's based on locality, right? Excuse me. The Chicagoland has a lot of great breweries. I think we're somewhere just above 200 now as of 2022. In the Chicagoland area, we've got a little over 200 breweries. That number is still growing rapidly. So we are looking for basically kind of what your niche is for that brewery. Some breweries are well established, like the Revs and the Half Acres and the Goose Islands of the world. Like they're going to come in the door and they're going to be on the shelf no matter what, because they're always putting out cool stuff and they're doing some pretty good beer. Maplewood's another big one. We sell a lot of Maplewood. Pulaski Pils is one of my absolute favorites, and this is even a touch drier than Pulaski, which is the reason I like Pulaski a lot. But yeah, Maplewood's another big one. So, when we're bringing things in, we're looking for something kind of unique. We're looking for something kind of interesting. It could be the can looks ridiculous and we want to bring it in. This one looks like a pizza box. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Whether the beer tastes good or not, we're looking for a combination of does it look good, does it taste good, and can we sell it, right? I mean, that's unfortunately the entrepreneurial.
So somebody will buy this because it looks cool. So you've had experience. So as you're doing this, you started 2016, right?
2016 is when we opened. Yep.
Okay, so you've been doing this 6 years now. So you know that not only will somebody look on Untappd and see that it's got a lot of high rankings, right? But somebody will come in and say, "Oh, that looks cool," and they'll buy it for their boyfriend, their girlfriend, whatever, because it looks cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you eat with your eyes. That's why Instagram is a thing, and because people can take pictures of food that's probably not very good, but but it looks good, so you want to eat it and you want to taste it.
Because you're an introduction to a lot of these beers.
Right, yeah.
A lot of these beers no one's ever tried before, so we're going in there to try something new.
Sure. So people are walking in the door, they're saying like, "Oh, I like Lagunitas." I'm like, "Great. We have one Lagunitas beer, so we're gonna have to get you out of that. But come on over and we'll try some things." And we have 16 draft lines at our Park Ridge store. Our other stores have 20, and we can do little samples off there, and we can say, "Okay, drink this beer, see what you think."
Right.
And people are always like, "Oh, I don't." Listen, you don't have to like it. I did not brew this beer. I'm not asking you because I'm talking to a child sometimes. Like I'm not asking you because I'm offended. Like I brewed this beer and I want approval. I don't care. I want you to try and enjoy a beer. I want you to stay here and I want you to spend some money. So do you like this beer? Yes or no? No, I don't like it. Cool. Let's find something else. Let's move down the line. Let's find. Do you want something sweeter? You want something drier?
That's the whole proposition. And I used to probably in 2015, 16. That's when I started really going to breweries and stuff. Like I went to Beguile, Dovetail, Half Acre, and I used to do pub crawls at breweries, but you can only have 6 beers, and because the ones they make and this and that.
Yeah, no,
so
it's true. Yeah,
what he's put together is now it's like I'm a kid at a candy store basically, because I have 500 to choose from, 16 that he rotates in and out. I haven't been to your place yet because I don't live around here, but I'll be there soon. That's the whole business purpose.
All my cousins are just like you. They go to every brew pub in Illinois, and then when they're out of town, they hit everything. That's all they do. They plan their trips around the brew pubs. And you're right. You have to find a spot that's got many of them, because sometimes they only have 4 or 6 beers. Right. And you might only like 2 of those. So you need to move on and try something different. But they live in Northwest Indiana, and they built, I swear to God, I joke about them because I said they built these things. They're walking distance to Three Floyds, but then they also broke Byway Brewery, Byway in Hammond. Yep. And then there's a new one that opened right by Byway in Highland, and I can't remember the name of it. They're like 2 miles away. It'll come to me in a while. But
Byway, scream it out in the middle.
Byway's awesome. Do you ever carry any of theirs? I mean, can you get?
So that's another great question. So a lot of times it's not really based on what's cool or what's interesting or what's different.
Gotcha.
A lot of it's based on, unfortunately, just like kind of the business side of things, right? We want to bring in beer that we can sell, right?
Okay.
We're not here to sell. We're not a museum. We're not here to kind of showcase a certain beer. We're here to sell beer. Unfortunately, that's what pays my bills. That's what pays for my house and pays for my employees and the lights and stuff. So we do have to sell the beer. So that's the number one thing. And people are like, "Wow, why don't you guys carry Shinerbach?" It's like because no one buys it.
Yeah.
No, that's a great point.
Well, they're not coming to you to
Right.
Yeah.
Like Shinerbach is a great beer.
You have to do what's practical.
There's no better barbecue beer than Shinerbach.
Sure.
I will absolutely agree with
so
you.
let's just say let's say hypothetically like Busch Light, which we all know about. And by the way, I'll tell you a Busch Light. I'm going to tell you a Busch Light story in a minute. But let's just say hypothetically Busch Light was the number one seller, and you obviously personally frowned upon it, but it was the number one seller. You have to keep that in stock, right? So it doesn't matter what the beer is per se, because like you said, it's all about the bottom line, marketing it to the customer.
It's not necessarily about the bottom line. We do carry the big names. We carry the Miller Lights, Coors Lights, Coors Banquet, High Life.
What?
We carry those things.
I didn't know.
Wait a minute.
I wouldn't have
Listen, we are across the street from a train station. We'd be dumb not to carry those things.
Yeah.
Now, we don't sell a ton of them. We don't sell very many at all. We go through the Miller houses that the distributors that come in are like, why don't you guys do a stacker? And like, you do not understand the store.
Wait a minute. Just because I don't understand this, do people who ride on trains drink Miller Lite?
Yeah, absolutely.
What? That's not a.
They don't drink one. They usually drink four.
Yeah, the Metro train that goes from there to downtown.
What do you mean, like
on
the way to work?
Yeah.
So
or
guys
on the way
home.
On the way home, or like we have some people that hop off, like on their way home, they'll hop off in Park Ridge, and then they'll go, further down the train line.
I've seen people like running the Worldwide Liquors in Edison Park, and then running back to the train stop to get out to catch their train, just to buy a 40 or whatever to take the train downtown, because you could drink on the Metro.
What? That is.
You didn't know people drink on the Metro train?
I didn't know that.
That's what I thought was genius about your spot. In addition to, it's a great location, but that's a really great location because of that.
No, that's what I actually heard. And this is one of the things I heard a long time ago, is that because you're right by the train, that people get off, they'll come in, buy some beers, walk back to the train station, and get the next train home or to work. I heard stories about people stopping in the morning, but you guys are not open that early, right?
We were at one point. Pre-COVID,
So that's
we were
real.
open. Yeah, that was
So
real.
that's real. So
have coffee
people
in the
were
morning.
stopping to get beers on the way to work.
They were getting them on the way to work, and we assumed they were drinking them on the way back. It's not up to us. Like, once things walk out the door, we don't ask any more questions.
Is all your beer refrigerated?
But
everything?
in Arlington Heights, it is.
Okay.
In Park Ridge, we have about 100 of our 500 to 600 beers that are chilled down. We do have a chiller there as well, so you can drop it in, and within 5 minutes.
Wait,
it's cold.
what's
Ted's our chiller.
What's a chiller?
It's just like it's a giant cylindrical R2D2 looking thing that you just drop it in about 5 minutes. Your beer's cold.
Oh, no way. I heard that you can get a beer cold in like 30 seconds with
Salt water.
No, what do they call air?
Toilet water.
No, upside. What do you call it? They hold. God, it's some kind of air.
Waterfall.
Eat a dick, okay? But no, there's
Spit it out, man.
There's some kind of air. I don't know, some kind of like
Nitrogen gas?
and yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
So,
you
Ryan,
take a fart on a beer and it gets you.
Do you have beers from every state?
We I think we have at some point had every single state. I'm trying to think of one that we haven't, but at any given moment we probably don't. There are some states that are harder to get beers from people that don't produce a lot of beer.
Like who? Like what state would that be?
Well, Utah.
Mississippi.
What?
Montana?
Wait a minute.
Idaho?
Mississippi.
No, we have one from Montana all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. I feel like not most every. I feel like everyone in Mississippi has a beer every single day.
Well, he doesn't
Even
carry.
children.
You don't carry natural ice.
Natty
or
Light?
natural apple.
We don't carry
natural
Natty Light.
or
Yeah,
that's,
we did carry Natty the lemonade one for the Natty
Light. Huge in college right now.
Natty Lights?
Oh, yeah,
it's
for
the
sure.
biggest thing.
Oh, that is so gross.
Well, here's a simple example. For example, in Wisconsin, you can get Spotted Cow, which is New Glarus, but for some reason, it's only in Wisconsin. You can't get it here.
So
which
that goes back to what
interesting.
he was saying. So some breweries logistically could probably distribute outside of the state, right? They can sell outside of their market.
Mm-hmm.
Some breweries do not have enough production to do it. Some breweries literally will brew 30 barrels of beer and they will sell it within a week.
So they don't
in
have
their
to
tap room.
distribute. They're good.
They don't have to, nor do they want to.
Yeah.
I mean, distribution is a mess. It's a lot of logistical business things. You have to find a truck. You have to find a way to get it from one place to the other. And in some cases, for some breweries, like the independent breweries, they are still driving around trucks.
Short Fuse is doing that. Short Fuse does that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Pipeworks.
He's got a van. They just
is,
drive it around the bars.
Pipeworks, who is an enormous brewery in Chicago, they are still
beer.
driving vans around the city dropping beers off. I have no idea how they're still doing it.
I started a new job that I don't know what I'm doing. Are you saying that they need help because I don't understand what I'm doing in my new job, and I want a job where I just understand what I'm doing?
van right now.
Yeah, I got a nice car. I'll drive beer around.
See beer, drink beer.
Yeah,
is that what you're?
yeah.
Gonna do?
Okay,
You don't
so
want that job. You don't want to be moving half barrels down like some nasty flights of stairs. If you've ever seen I'll show you our basement next time you're around it. You don't want to be moving half barrels up.
Oh
and
no,
down
I
our
was just
stairs.
thinking like 6-packs. I was just going to bring a couple of 6-packs.
You want Uber Eats then? Go work for Uber Eats.
Uber Eats is probably the better
Well,
thing for you.
I mean, I would assume now that Burt Reynolds is dead, you can't just hire a guy to like fill
it's
up
a
a
big hat.
semi,
That's a big
right, and take like cores
Wait,
across
what's
the county.
what's the liquor delivery service? Drizzle or something? Drizzle that
Drizzly?
Drizzly, yeah, that you can get liquor delivered to your house. Do you guys use that?
We do that ourselves.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
Yeah.
No, we work with DoorDash, so we actually do.
I see.
You do?
Short,
Okay.
small delivery window.
Okay, gotcha.
Wait a minute. Are you? Oh my God! Hold on. I think I love you, man. Are you saying you deliver beer to people?
And during the pandemic, I was physically like loading up the back of my car and delivering people beer. I was just dropping off cases.
Is that how
on
you
front doors.
survived? Because that had to be a tough year and a half to say the least for the beer industry, I know. And
We were definitely worried for a while, but turns out during the pandemic, people had a strong desire to drink beer. So we shifted.
And you have a back door.
And we had a back door, so
hey now,
so we shifted
easy.
from brick and mortar to completely being online. We moved all of our entire inventory, which is again. And so sorry, you mentioned. So we have 500, 600 beers in store, but we rotate every week about 100 of those, between 75 and 100. So when you're asking why do I look stressed in the back of my table,
I was just saying that's why. Holy shit!
because we have about 50 to 60 distributors who are dropping beer off every single week, and we're rotating through product, and that product now has to be updated on Untapped. It has to be updated on our website. It has to be updated. Like all the pricing has to change. Everything has to change. So for every single product that's walking in the door, so it adds up real fast.
There's not enough hours in a day sometimes.
There are not.
That's
and
crazy. That's insane.
It used to be me and 3 other people running one store, and now we have about 42 employees, and we're still way behind.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you're an entrepreneur. Obviously, you're in charge of the whole operation and everything. So you know how that goes. So,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So obviously,
Wait, you
there
have
is-
42 employees in that little store in Park Ridge.
No, a total across all of our stores.
That's even more challenging across 3 locations. That's
So I
actually
have to-
real.
yeah, and
that's
then
even more challenging.
Listen, if you go into his place and you see it, there is 20. You have it's not that big. I mean, you have 20 some odd people working there seems really crazy.
We have about 12 people at each of our stores, and some of them are just sitting at home, just plugging in invoices and updating websites.
Okay.
That's so much times what they're doing.
I am available.
But they're still employees. They're still employees.
They're
that
still
you're
employees,
responsible
and
for,
they
for sure.
the ones that work from home unfortunately have the worst jobs because they're just sitting there updating websites. It's
No,
not,
it's not
no
that
fun.
bad.
It's
And it's
no
not.
fun.
Honestly, most of the time we spend at home working, and
No,
I can tell you
it's-
this right now is watching porn. It really is.
Well, the problem
your guy,
is
Matt's
that
your guy.
Yeah, Matt's your guy.
I'm
Well,
telling
do you need
Microsoft
a
Teams.
multitasker?
I'm telling
Matt's your
Microsoft
guy.
Teams about this.
well, you guys know from beer nerdery that people are looking for certain beers.
Oh, yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and they know they want it. They know it's coming this week, and we're getting
gotta let 'em
Instagram
know.
messages like,
Yeah.
"Is it here?
And if it's
Is it
not
here?
there, or
is
if,
it here?"
if it's gone, there's
and when
angry
it's
people.
there, it's going to be gone in an hour. So you got to let
You
the
have
best
to be on top
customers.
of it.
You got to let the best customers know
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
it's coming at 12 o'clock. This is delivery, and then if you get there at 1 o'clock, it's gone sometimes.
So this is my last question to you before I forget. My last
No,
question.
before he gets onto his phone
No,
and
my,
ignores
no,
you.
my last question is: so, without giving away your methods of operation or sources, is there any beers you get that are so unique that you get it from a certain distributor where like nobody else carries them, or it's very rare that these people because people want something that they can't get, or it's like not blacklisted, but it's rare, so it's like you're the guy that can get them this particular beer.
You're making him sound like
And
a
nobody
drug
else
dealer.
gets
No, no.
Well, I mean,
First of all, you're making a person sounds like that makes the beer an idiot. Why wouldn't they want their beer out there?
No, the point is
not
there's like small crafted beers that are very unique that are very in a very specific regional area that aren't indigenous to around here, and are you able to get some of those beers or like 1 or 2 of those beers perhaps?
And that's a we could talk for hours and hours about that question. So that's part of what I wanted to do with our store was to get rid of all that. Right now, you're a bourbon drinker. Bourbon is out of control.
This beer is actually really good.
Ted is out of control too.
Bourbon is out of control. Yeah. You have to know somebody. You have to know a guy. Yeah. And even for us as a store that sells a fair amount of liquor and beer,
sure.
We still have to. They want us to play this kind of game with them to say, well, you have to put this on the shelf and put these stackers over here, and we want to see. This
and I'm sorry, what's a stack? I don't know what a stacker is.
Oh, sorry. Stacker is like when you walk into a Binny's or something, they just have stacks and stacks and stacks of things. If you walk up to the Binny's and you see like that stack of Crown Royal
in the
windows,
it's the same product. Okay,
same product.
Or for like 2 years, Meiomi wine. The whole thing of Meiomi.
Meiomi is a real like if you go into Mariana's is the worst.
Yeah.
Grocery stores are the worst with stackers. Like they get a lot of money for stackers.
Why is
so they pressure you? So
pressure the volume.
The distributors are pressuring you.
Yeah, the distributors definitely pressure you, and they say if you want 1 case of Buffalo Trace, you need to sell 5 cases of this shitty wine that we can't get rid of.
Okay.
So they do that to you too.
They try. We do not play that game.
Good.
So you're like hey, no problem, suck my dick, like that kind of thing.
We just say there's a lot of other bourbon out there. No thanks.
Perfect.
Love it. That is, dude. See, and that is why you gotta love small businesses, right?
Or could you discount that product enough, or they don't let you do that? Like just say, can you offer? You have the leeway to offer a discount on that particular product that doesn't move as fast, or are you beholden by the distributor? Like there's a certain price point where you can't go below that price point, or can you?
So this is a great question. So the answer to this is we could. But we don't because, right, I mean, we don't want to lose money. We got to pay the bills. A place like Jewel or a place like Binny's, they will say, we're going to call that a loss leader, and we're going to lose $1,000 on this 45 stack of cases just so we can bring in bourbon that's going to yield us $10,000.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's always that leverage, you got. He's opening another beer.
Well, looks like people are low, so I want to keep going.
You keep talking about bourbon.
You were not joking about your theme.
No. Yeah. No, so this is from Hop Butcher.
Hop Butcher, okay.
Our Chicago's premier hazy IPA brewing. They're opening in the former Half Acre spot on Lincoln Avenue very soon. And
because half acre just expanded huge, right?
Listen, he's pouring beer, and this is what I would imagine if you go and you're getting stoned, and a guy just starts throwing buds in the bong. That's what we're all just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead, yeah, pass it, pass the Dutchie on the left hand side, yeah. Oh man, that is awesome.
So I have a funny beer story. It's not funny, but it's true.
Then it's not a funny beer story.
So it's interesting. I think Ryan will appreciate this. Steve will definitely appreciate this.
And all the listeners
when Rock Bottom Brewery opened, and they don't sell their beer outside of their restaurants, right?
They don't. At Rock Bottom, we got to throw up an RIP.
They're done.
They're done.
It goes at the end of the year, I think.
Yeah.
No way. They had a brown and a red that was awesome.
So should have drank more of it.
And now Wimpy, they gone.
So when they opened like in 94 or 95, something like that. My friend Henry worked there the day they opened on State Street there. And one of the brewers, all the brewers were like 22, 23, 24 years old. I think Pete Crowley was one of them.
Yeah, Pete Crowley, who now works for
Haymaker.
Haymarket,
right. So Pete was there when we were going there, and we were 20, and I wasn't even 21, I think, the first time I went in.
Yes, you were. You were 22 and a half.
22 and a half. And they would make beer down in that basement that they would not sell. They had, like, run at a place. And my buddy Hank would bring up all this beer, and we would just drink the shit out of it, and kept thinking, why aren't they putting this in cans? Why aren't they distributing this? They're just keeping it in the restaurant. And they had barrels down there that they didn't even serve anybody. I do have one of his growlers, though, with his signature on it.
Oh, nice.
I got it down in my basement. I found it. I'm like, oh, my God, this is crazy. But why wouldn't, like, these places that sell food and beer, why wouldn't they do something like that?
So brew pubs, per Illinois law, cannot distribute beer. You must
I'm moving out of Illinois immediately. No one should limit. Listen, the only people that could limit you selling beer are people that don't drink beer. There should be never a limit on beer.
Is that unique to Illinois?
So that is it's not unique to Illinois. There are some other states that have it, but this goes into a very boring discussion about Prohibition and the rules that came about after Prohibition was let up.
The worst 13 years of Ted's life.
That was a great idea by
Ted's
Congress,
life.
by the way. Yeah,
Let's
let's outlaw alcohol. Says the U.S. government.
That's why Ted did.
That's a great idea.
No, that's why Ted did time travel. Yeah, he was actually alive during. Yeah, that's why he's so his brain is all fucked up because he literally time traveled to now so that he could have beer.
Nice.
Or liquor.
Well, you made a good choice.
We're trying to get him back. We're trying to get him back. He will not. We can't get him back.
So Ryan, what rules do you have? I think like my grandparents owned a tavern back in the day, and the distribution was just you had the old style, you had the light, you had like 3. Do you have any rules, and besides what they can't bring to you, or what do you have to follow?
We have a lot of rules.
I'm sure.
What? So when Prohibition came was repealed and they brought everything back, they introduced what's called the 3-tier system, and you can walk up to any establishment that has talk to their owner about the 3-tier system, and they'll just roll their eyes. It's an outdated system it's almost 100 years old, and it says very strictly, if you are a producer of beer, you must sell it only to distributors. You may not sell it directly to a retailer.
So the middleman is getting part of this. Before
So
it gets to you.
there is always a middleman, and then from a distributor goes to a retailer. Now Illinois, actually, for what it's worth, is a really great state to produce beer because they said, okay, we understand that is a real, the 3-tier system's a thing, but if you are below a certain volume of production, you can skip the middleman and you can do self-distribution. And then a lot of breweries in Chicago and a lot of breweries in Illinois will do self-distribution. But that involves getting a van, getting a guy. Sometimes it's literally just a guy in a Honda Fit. It's a guy in a Honda Fit driving around.
That's me. I got a Honda Fit. How did you know?
It's the most hilarious because it's the most.
Oh my God!
It's the most repeated beer delivery vehicle.
I thought it was the most stolen vehicle in Illinois.
It might be.
Well, there's a hatchback, right? It's a hatchback.
So wait, every morning at your store.
It fits more than you think, by the way.
Every morning at your store,
I've seen it. I've seen them filled up to the brim.
Honda Fits just drive up and deliver you beer. Like there's just a line of Honda Fits.
Now sometimes, no, a lot of them are large trucks. I don't want to diminish Honda Fits. All of you that are driving Honda Fits out there, it's a great car and it carries a lot of beer.
It's a piece of shit. I've been in Ted's car.
It carries a lot of beer for
the size. You have an alley, right?
We do have an alley, and and people will bring in, and it's anything. Like I said, all the way from Honda Fit all the way up to semi trucks. Okay. We get large pallets of beer from some distributors, and sometimes it's just a conversion van is probably the most used, or a very small semi truck. They'll just drop off a pallet and they'll just wheel everything in. You get to go down our crickety old stairs that someone eventually is going to die on. Yeah. But so far, 6 years in, hasn't happened. Knocking on this table.
So
just have good insurance. That's all.
Yeah.
so here's what Ryan is trying to get me into the basement. That's what I'm hearing. So when I disappear, when the show is over and Ted is running this and he's calling it something else, and he's got two cousins doing this.
Are you be like the priest from The Exorcist who gets pushed down the stairs and breaks his neck when
but then I'm down there with beer. What do I care? Yeah,
you keep offering delivering beer. I'm telling you, it's not a good job. It is
no, 6 packs. I will deliver. Listen. Anybody who's got a job out there, if
light.
You want me to deliver 6 packs, 2 6-packs. That's it.
He does kegs. He does kegs
Go
too.
Puff. You're like naming all these services that exist already.
Delivering 2 6-packs is not a service.
Yes, it is.
It's called lazy asshole delivering beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you pay $9, we will do that for you.
At this point, I'll take anything.
By the way, this double pepperoni is excellent as well.
This is a double.
I'm drinking right
hazy
now.
IPA.
This is Hot Butcher from Chicago. This is double pepperoni. I think this was released, and if you can check the bottom. There's a can date on there because
Ted just spilled the beer all over himself looking at the bottom.
Yeah. 10, 18, 22. Yeah, this beer is excellent.
Okay, so this is 7 days old. This beer is 7 days old.
This is really good.
And another funny can with a pizza on it.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh no, that's the brew date.
That's the brew date. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No,
so this beer is only 7 days old. 1 week.
Okay. So Ryan, you have probably seen a million different beers made from a million different things, right? Okay. So let me ask you. I'm going to go with some beers that are made from different things, and you tell me if you've had these in the store. Beers with jalapeno in them.
Yes.
Ooh.
Beers with blueberry.
Yes. So many.
Banana.
Absolutely.
Paprika. Oh, I gotcha.
Smoked or regular?
Hungarian.
I can't think of one.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay.
All right. Squash.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck it. Bullshit. There is not a squash.
Pineapple? Pineapple like pizza?
Yeah, pineapple makes sense. There is no way there's a... What beer? Please tell me. What beer is squash beer?
could not. I can't think of the name of it.
A
But there was
natu-
definitely
natural
a butternut.
light.
There was a butternut. I think it was either a butternut squash or an acorn squash roasted. It was ridiculously good.
That's
too.
got to
I
be
have
like a
to say. I wanna
Minnesota
say it
thing.
was
That's a
brown ale.
Minnesota beer. That's
That
from,
does sound good. That
that's
does sound
from
good.
Loop Linn or somewhere.
That does
I've
sound
had
good.
all the others, but never had a squash.
I mean, I had,
that
I
was
had a
going.
roasted pumpkin beer before I walked in. So that's pumpkin
Halloween
squash,
pumpkin,
right?
I think, yeah, you're right.
Alright, so I
Is
did
that what you
today.
were doing in the street there? You know, yeah.
I mean, it's a gourd.
Hey,
either way.
kids.
It's a gourd.
Happy Halloween!
What about hot sauce?
Hot sauce in a beer?
Yeah.
I've had. No, definitely. Casa Humilde here in Chicago, they make you were talking about a like a Michelada beer. Holy crap, theirs is so good and it's so spicy. It'll blow your face
Ooh,
off.
I want that.
Oh my God!
Do they
And
brew that?
you have this?
We do not have it currently.
Is that year
but-
round? They brew it year round?
But usually they have it at the brewery. Currently, they don't have enough for distribution, but it is real good.
Okay, so say somebody comes in and they want something made like ridiculous like this, like a squash, whatever. When they come in and buy a beer, is it $4? Is it $10? Like if they just want one can or one bottle, I mean, what are you talking about for price?
I mean, average can is about a little under $3 per can.
And I can try a squash or a jalapeno or something for $3.
Yep, absolutely.
And
that's the idea too. Is like you're not committed to a whole 4-pack of squash beer. If you don't
Yeah,
like that squash beer, you
That's
just take
super. That's
one
super
home.
reasonable price.
Yeah, so
by
I
the
bring
way.
in some buddies. Say the four of us come in, me and Steve and Teddy and Mark, right? And we come in and we're like, hey man, we get a can of this. You can get it cold for us, pour it in some glasses, and everybody can try a dingleberry ale.
Dingleberry ale. I would not recommend drinking that. I'm not going to recommend that one to you. It might. But if it was like a boysenberry beer, yeah, sure.
Here,
I'll find
bottles or cans?
almost about. I want to say like a little over 90% of what we have now is cans.
Okay.
Is
And
it
how
more
did that
expensive?
whole? There was like a shortage, right? A couple years ago.
There was a can shortage. We really only saw about 3 or 4 breweries that were affected.
Okay.
A lot of these, so what happens is there's newspaper articles about, oh my gosh, can shortages, but most of the breweries have contracts. They have contracts locked in.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem was like a spot sale. Like if we're going into finance, right? You see like a spot price or something. Most people had contracts locked in, so they already had their cans lined up. They already had everything ready to go. But if you were just a brewery who was like, hey, I need an extra pallet of cans, then you were going to get shut out. But if you had a contract, you were all set.
Where are most of the bottles coming from that you have?
International.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing really exists in bottles anymore. Every once in a while, Prairie from Oklahoma will send us something in a bottle.
Wow. That's
Ruprecht, we're
so
going to
crazy.
Oklahoma.
We're going to Oklahoma, but off color was the last holdout.
And
Off
was
color
it,
Metropolitan.
Jim Cook from Sam Adams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Said that he would never put his beer in a can. That was his big thing, right? Because it was always.
I mean,
always
Jim
bottled.
Cook said a lot of things.
Yeah.
He also said that he used to eat yeast to try and stay sober, which doesn't make any sense. If you
He would
follow
have
beer
all those
fermentation
infections.
science.
I mean, how could you get over those infections?
Did-
He has so much penicillin.
Did he invent the question mark too?
He invented the question mark. Okay.
Well, he's
so-
a nutty guy.
he's
He
a
did
good
start out
marketing.
selling his own beer door to door, right?
Yeah, and he's he's definitely suffers from like the Thomas Jefferson syndrome of like, you know,
He,
oh,
he
this-
likes
there's
black
a-
chicks.
I knew as soon as I said that it was gonna go.
He's got the silly Hemingsitis.
It's the like, you know, if we don't know where this quote came from, like we'll just attribute it to Thomas Jefferson kind of thing.
Right.
It's like we don't know where this beer quote came from, so we're gonna put it either on Sam Koch or we're gonna put it on or Jim Koch, Jim Cook, or we're gonna put it on Sam Calgione from Dogfish Head. Like those are usually the two guys that.
And
end up
he's
picking
from
everything.
Seattle, right? Is Dogfish Head? Where's that from? Steve?
Dogfish Head is out east, and there's a
East.
brewery-
Oh, that's East Coast.
East Coast. There's a brewery
Delaware.
in Miami that's just going out of business at the end of this month.
Oh,
they
no.
just opened one right in Miami, and they didn't make it.
That is so sad. Whenever
kinda sad,
whenever
but,
a place we can buy beer goes, any liquor store goes out of business, you know, I like an angel loses its wings.
Well,
I think it's North Carolina. I
Half
believe.
Acre's moving into whose? What are
My
they
basement. My basement.
Doing? No.
Yeah, well, Half Acre had a production facility and a tap room on Lincoln Avenue,
right.
and then they moved to Balmoral, which is their other tap room, and then they abandoned the Lincoln during COVID, and that's actually now being taken over by the beer that we're drinking right now, which is Hot Butcher.
Right. So Hot Butcher's expanding in that.
Yeah, Hot Butcher
capacity,
does most
right?
of their
Okay,
production
that's right.
facility out of what used to be Five Rabbits down in Bedford Park.
Yep.
and now they're opening a tap room that used to be half-acre space.
Okay.
Man, this is crazy. Now, I'll show you how smart Ryan is. And he probably, there's only a few people that picked this up. Right next to his place, he opened up a coffee house, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
So here's what he does, right? There's a little window in between. So I know this is what he's doing. He's having somebody drink a beer, slam a coffee, drink a beer, slam a coffee, up, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, the people probably stay for hours, right?
I mean, that's intentional in a little way. Like, part of what we wanted to do when we built the space was we wanted to have a place where people go and they can feel welcome to like sit around for a few hours, and that's
It's called a bar.
yeah. But except that we don't. I mean, if you've ever been to a beer on the wall, we don't have any TVs, and that's one of the big things that we like. We're very important. Like, we don't want a TV. We don't want you watching sports. Talk to the people that are next to you. Play a board game. Read a book.
I love it.
Sit on your laptop.
That's what makes unique the coffee. Now, another thing you do because it's all about the ladies, and a lot of the places that's a problem with these craft breweries is it's only beer. So you guys sell wine. You have coffee in the morning, so it establishes not just a sausage fest, which a lot of these places end up being.
So that's the trains too. I mean, coffee in a train and.
It is true, but I will
wine.
say that watch out for the ladies. The ladies are probably a little over 50% of our clientele now for beer. The women are drinking more craft beer than men at this point.
I believe that.
Equal opportunity. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Almost a little over, just under 50% of our staff is female as well.
That's crazy. I would have never guessed that in a million years.
It
seems like such like a guy thing.
During
doesn't
COVID,
it?
everything swapped.
No,
That's
I
awesome.
can believe
Men
that.
went
I
into
believe that.
bourbon and mixed drinks and things they can't get a hold of, and women were like, "Cool, you left.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We're gonna take over."
Good.
And they come in and they have the best questions and excellent palates, and they behave themselves, and we love them. It's
Well, I know a lot of the
And we're not
seriously.
going to behave ourselves. Come on.
how many?
a lot of the
chick
stuff
fights
being
are there?
written, like books and stuff, are all by women right now on beer and craft beer and
yeah,
experience.
absolutely. And sorry dudes, but women are better tasters of beer and better tasters of everything.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably the dominant species. I mean, like I said, I'll be honest with you. I bartended years ago, Ryan, and let me tell you something.
At the bowling alley?
The drunkest, scariest person I've ever seen in my life was a middle-aged woman. I don't know what she was served. I can't remember. It's been years ago, but yeah, it was like I want you to picture the Terminator.
I think I've met her.
The guy
No,
was
I've
made
met
of
her.
liquid metal. Yeah, who
Oh,
just
yeah.
couldn't stop it. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, I was like, wow, that was impressive.
No, there are definitely some lady characters who will never be forgotten in our minds.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Okay,
And they'll
so,
drink out of the table.
so I thought this was cool because you don't make beer, right? So on Friday
We don't,
nights,
nope.
Friday nights, and between 5 and 7, you invite breweries to come in and tap into your taps and
Tap
people,
takeover.
yeah, and people get to drink that beer.
Right. So the tap takeover is not a new concept, right? Then that's something that people would come in and be like, "Hey, we have this brewery. They're going to come in. They're going to take over a couple taps. And you get to try some things from them." It's part of what we wanted to do when we were talking about, distribution and how that works. And we're, you have to sell like X number of these cases to get this on the draft. It's like, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
There's another brewery right behind you. So when we first opened, part of what we wanted to do was to say like every Friday it's happy hour. Well, we don't want to give away free drinks because we can't because our margins aren't that good. But we want to bring in somebody that we're excited about. We want to bring in a brewery, whether it's a brewery we've had in a million times, but they just have something cool that they want to talk about, or they are a new brewery and we're really excited about them. We want to bring them in the door. We just invite them in. We say from 5 to 7, we'll put 2 or 3 beers on draft, sell as much as you can. We'll bring it in. We'll make it available to people. And that kind of caught on. I think a lot of people got used to that thing when they got, we were talking about getting off the train and coming home from work. The process of getting off the train, coming in, having one, being like, well, I don't even know what the hell's going on. I don't even know who's there. I just want to try whoever they think is interesting or fun. They would come in and be like, oh, sweet, Toppling Goliath's here. Great. Like, let's have a beer from Toppling Goliath. Do I like it? Yes, no. I don't like it. Cool. I'll come back next week. Maybe I'll like them. That kind of concept just was, and then they get back in the train and they go back home.
What are the rules to that? Like, who can bring a beer in?
Anybody. I mean,
So you could do like home brewers. It doesn't have to be somebody.
So
who's...
homebrew, you do have to have a production license. Like you have to have a license to brew in Illinois, and you have to have a sales tax and if you ever get a brewer in here, like they'll tell you there's 100 other licenses they have to hold in order to produce alcohol, and they have to have special tanks with metric measurements and ridiculous things.
Wait a minute. The metric system is involved?
Listen, we're not. If we're, I'm going to throw my headphones down if we start making fun of metric, the greatest system on the planet for measurement.
So,
centimeters.
I like my counting to be. I like my counting to be confusing and difficult to understand.
Stupid American.
So Ryan, when they take over your taps, because I know if it isn't exactly like it should be, the carbonation and all that stuff, because they're going to be really picky if it's not going to taste like it is in their brewery. What do you have to do to prepare for that, or do they do it all themselves? Or
no, that's a good question. So there are a lot of breweries who have very specific needs as far as what they can do now. And the way we built our draft system, and this is, we can get a little more into this too, but the way we built our draft system is to say, if you walk into the door and you're a customer and you've been here 3 times, our drafts are really annoying. Our draft rotation is crazy. Every single week, and sometimes twice in a week, we will rotate that draft line. So if you're coming in and you're looking at tap 1 on Monday and you're saying, cool, I'll have that, you can come back in on Friday and it's different, and you can come back in the next Monday and it's something completely different than it was from Friday. But we don't want to whiplash you into saying, oh my gosh, I can't keep up. But what you can always say is, if you're a light beer drinker, go to tap 1. We're always going to put a light, fizzy, yellow drink on tap 1. We're always going to put a dad beer on line 3. And
wait, what's that?
That's exactly what you like to drink.
Oh, spotted cow,
like a brown,
like a red or brown ale,
amber, brown or red ale,
a dad bod beer.
Dad bod beer,
dude. I will crush it, man. And you have 16 taps.
16 taps, and all the taps we try to keep the same. Some change seasonally, but if you're coming in, generally we try to keep the taps. So like 12 is usually the barrel age line. So if you like barrel age beers, come in and just drink whatever's on 12.
So that's like a bourbon, that's going to be like 16, 18.
It can
much
be.
higher percentage of
sometimes
alcohol.
People are very disappointed when it's like, wait a minute, why do you have a gin barrel-aged Saison on 12? It's like, well, it's the barrel-aged line, I guess.
So that is my favorite beer, and I think, Ted, you would like a bourbon barrel-aged, some of the Goose Island. I mean...
I'm enjoying these 2 beers right now, I'll be honest with you. I mean...
Yeah, I've liked everything. I've liked it.
You keep mentioning that the bourbon is hard to get now, so is that why when they come out, you got to go to this place and you got to pay a lot of money? Like Goose Island does those releases, and it's there's 1,000 people waiting outside their door to get it.
Yeah, and Goose has a lot of money behind it, and they have a lot of production, and they are the OGs as far as organization. They're one of the OGs. They're not the, but they're definitely the ones who kind of hyped it up and made barrel aged beers a thing that are really interesting, and they've definitely pushed the envelope many times. And they've built up quite a program for themselves.
Their original brewery that got me started drinking the Honkers Ale was the first. I mean, that was huge.
Yeah, and Honkers is a ridiculously important beer in American history.
What?
Why?
Do tell.
Because Mark's drinking it. That's why it's so
Abraham Lincoln drank that right before he freed the slaves. I mean, what? Like,
we're
like
talking.
the
This
New
is
Deal?
like the late '80s, like '87, '88.
In the '80s, we were down to, I want to say something like the number of craft breweries in the United States as a whole was sub 200. I want to say it might have even been sub 100 at some point. So we had less than 100 breweries that had not been bought out by other breweries. So the class of '88, it's often affectionately called, comes in, and that starts his first wave of craft beer. And Goose Island is one of them. Deschutes is another big one. But Goose Island comes in and says, "Screw it, we're gonna produce other beers." And for what it's worth, there's a great book out there written by Josh Knoll that's very controversial, but it's a great read for anybody that's interested in beer. But he tells stories about how the original owners of Goose Island were sitting at the brew pub, and they have the guy who walks up and says, give me the lightest thing on draft, right? So they pour him a Honkers Ale, and Honkers Ale is the lightest thing on draft. It's at the time I think 3.8%, but they were looking at it and they would go, "What the hell, dude? This isn't light. This is brown." And it's it's an English mild. It's 3.8%. It's the lightest thing on draft. What do you want? You want a Pilsner that's 5%, or do you want this mild that's 3.8? So blowing people's minds about what is beer.
So
that's why it's a very important beer. It kind of triggered Chicago, and then Chicago became an enormous town. If you talk about all the breweries that came that had a lineage from, I used to work at Goose Island and now I open up this brewery.
It's huge.
Almost everybody comes back from Goose Island and Chicagoland.
That's what I heard.
And their IPA is one of the best IPAs. I love their IPA.
And I was never big into IPAs.
Me neither.
But you just had one and you drank it. So.
Yeah, I did.
It is really good.
Yeah,
it is really good. Yeah.
You don't like the bitterness. That's
No,
why.
I'm more of an
love
alcoholic.
IPAs.
Yeah, I'm far more of an alcoholic than like a beer connoisseur. Yeah. But okay, so let me do this. So there are literally 4 beer makers that make up half of all. Is that right? Half of all the beer that is produced is made from basically 4 owners of beer. Is that right?
Right now, present
Right.
day.
Yeah.
That sounds. I'd believe that.
Yeah. So China, Anheuser-Busch, Molson, Heineken, and then what is it? China Resource Enterprise is like that makes this like ridiculous amount of beer, right? So I mean, when you're looking at that. And then you're looking at, you said that there's so many individual places now. They have to do that to offset the fact that all these places are buying all these little breweries, right? They're starting to buy these places and kind of putting them into there. That has to change what they make. That has to change the quality.
Oh, for sure. And it kind of depends on what they want to do with it, right? I mean, you don't see a whole lot of this now. I think a lot of, Heineken and the whole group that owns Heineken, Modelo, and Corona, that group is the one that just kind of ruined it for everybody. So they bought Ballast Point for $1 billion. $1 billion.
Wait, they bought a brewery.
They brought a craft
This just
brewery.
happened.
A craft brewery for
This
$1
happened,
billion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pre-COVID, they brought
Right
Ballast
before
Point
COVID,
for
yeah.
$1 billion.
Gentlemen,
We're getting in this business.
yes, immediately we are making
So
3
the-
idiots beer.
$100 billion.
So the downside to that, the downside to a $1 billion buyout is that a few years, this is actually like a year and a half ago, a small brewery out of Highwood, Illinois, called Kings and Convicts, bought Ballast Point back from Diageo for, I want to say, about $33 million.
So
they lost about...
No,
I've
we
had a
want to be
couple
the
beers
billion.
now, so they lost...
700 million.
Yeah, they lost a lot of money.
Wow.
We'll take that
Well,
too.
you know,
We'll
if they
take
win,
that
if
too.
they win the Powerball tomorrow, they'll get it all back.
It
'Cause that's what
sounds
it's
like a
worth.
community that has a hedge fund manager, right, that knows what's going on, and they see the numbers, and they're like, that wasn't a real number. They're not going to make it. Let's just sit back and wait to see what happens here.
That was like the $1 billion buyout was everyone's like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you have jumped the shark. That is too much.
Yeah.
We cannot do that again.
So I just got one.
Jump the
I got one
shark. I
question.
love
So
that one,
I was
jump the
at a
shark.
brew house in Glenview not too long ago, and the highest alcohol content beer I saw was called Daisy Cutter, and I think it was 12% alcohol. So, in your opinion, what's the highest alcohol content beer you've seen? Since most, for example,
Daisy
a domestic beer,
Cutter's not.
a domestic beer is like say 3 to 5%, and an import's like 8 or 9%. What's the highest alcohol content beer that you know of
20?
out there?
That I've consumed about 29.5.
That's wow. That
Is that
seems
is
real-
that that's
holy
barrel
shit.
aged though,
That
right?
seems
That's
really high.
That's got to be
For
a
a beer?
bourbon thing.
Wow.
And it's a beer, and it's
Yeah.
Sam Adams produced it.
Wow.
Sam
I didn't
Adams
know that.
Utopia.
Wow, that's
You would love these
Utopia,
bourbon
okay.
barrel aged. I'm telling you, they're
No,
like
I mean-
15 to 20%.
Yeah.
I didn't
It
think
doesn't taste like
I
beer.
didn't think it
actually,
went that-
but-
I
No,
didn't
they
think it
don't
went that
taste
high.
like beer
No,
at all.
they don't.
No.
No, I didn't think. Yeah, it has to taste like something else, right?
No,
So-
the Utopias tasted more like a port wine than it did.
really,
anything
yeah,
else.
yeah.
Well, there's a beer out in
The-
St. Charles. I can't remember one of them.
Riverlands?
No,
D&G.
no, the one that's got the stage set up. They have live music. That's it.
Pollyanna?
That's
Pollyanna.
That's Lombard.
But they got
or-
another
No,
place in
there's
St. Charles.
St. Charles. There's one
Did
in
you do
St.
the
Dude, that's the one with the Roselle Red. That is Jack.
Maybe it is. Yeah,
so
yeah.
Jackson brings me the Roselle Red. I've got a couple up in the. That is the Roselle Red from Pollyanna.
Yeah, Pollyanna.
Is one of
Yeah,
the best
that's
beers I've
place.
ever had in my life.
That place is really cool. They had a something there. It was like a bourbon, because they sell spirits there too. They have I think they make spirits there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a gin and a vodka and but they had a beer there that blew me away. Like you just said, did not taste like beer at all. Anybody who doesn't like beer like Ted would love this fucking beer.
You know, actually, I take it back. There's 2 beers I'm drinking right now. They're great.
So that just means you're an idiot.
Well,
a double
that's the
IPA
whole
obviously-
point of the show.
obviously.
You're right.
Just to prove
This
that
is
no.
open his eyes at
No,
like
no,
beer.
actually-
Not all beers Coors Light.
No, the best compliment is like a guy who doesn't
Did
like
you just
beer.
try this one?
I did not try
I
it.
got-
That smells.
Did you
What
smell it?
is
Yeah.
what is the beer you just
Okay,
poured?
so now we're getting weird, and this is intentionally we're getting
Ooh,
weird.
yeah.
And sorry, you might need a paper towel over here.
Jack, take a picture
quiet.
How
after
about a tissue?
Yeah.
How about maybe a Kleenex? Maybe
You're all going to
behind
get
you there.
electrocuted. Unplug. Everybody unplug.
a clean.
Beer spill.
So what did you just pour?
So this is from Off Color, and Off Color has been around for, I don't know, probably have to be close to 10 years now. Maybe a little bit more, but this is called Beer for Pizza, and they have a whole. Again, we're gonna stick with the pizza theme. This is a whole series that they produced. The first one came out just before the pandemic, and they did a whole beer for series, and they come up with ridiculous things that they want to do beer for. So the first one they did, I think, was beer for tacos.
Okay, so it's like a pairing thing, right?
It's a pairing, yeah.
Okay.
So this was a margarita inspired goes, and that was fantastic. So they kept making more, and they've done beer for the top shelf. This is beer for pizza. And the thought behind this is that you are in the arcade back in the 80s, and you are eating a pizza, and you're having a little cherry soda. And
cherry soda. I knew I could not. Here's the weirdest part. In the 80s, I was 13, so now he's just, he needs to be arrested. He's getting me drunk. Yeah, I'm a child.
So Ryan, what is this? Is this classified as a sour then, or what is this exactly?
So if you look at the can, they will call this a malt beverage, and Off Color is great because they hate being pigeonholed into a style category, and I love them for that.
So they could use that malt title, right?
Malt beverage is a generic term.
Yeah.
You can just
because Heineken's a malt lager.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so let me ask you this. What, for example, I like Mickey's Big Mouth in small doses. What is malt liquor?
That's an awful beer.
What is malt? I love
well,
that stuff with the green bottle. What is malt liquor versus beer? Like, what's the difference between like a malt, like a Colt 45, Old English 800, Mickey's Big Mouth? What's a malt liquor versus like a beer? I don't really know.
So a malt liquor typically would include, and again, this is not written down anywhere. Beer is a very amorphous category, but a malt liquor will generally mean like a liquor that is produced with some very cheap ingredients, typically corn, rice, or things that are going to ferment very, very cheaply.
Yeah. Mickey's tastes like corn. It did. Mickey's Big Mouth.
Yeah, and then it's not surprising.
It was
right?
awful. It was
No,
awful.
that's Teddy. It's true. So when you drink a Mickey's and you take a shit the next day, there's literally corn kernels in your.
Well, Sipe uses
That's
corn
awesome.
in one of their beers.
Yeah. So and sorry,
that's a German thing, right?
I don't mean to knock corn by any means. Corn is a phenomenal ingredient. If you use a lot of corn, it can definitely kind of mess up your flavor and it's a cheap fermentable. It's nothing wrong with
portion wise. If you're using more than not, then you're
right.
cheapening.
Okay. We talked about spotted cow. Like, what are the main ingredients in spotted cow? Is
manure.
Corn.
Corn. Okay. Corn.
No way.
I was going to say corn.
I love spotted cow.
Yeah.
I
So
love spotted cow.
spotted cow is a cream ale.
So you might as well be
and,
drinking Mad Dog 2020
Yeah.
in a brown paper bag.
I love.
That's what he's saying.
I do not.
I've done that. Yeah, I've done that.
Do you
plenty
like
of times.
spotted cow?
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite from New Glarus. I like it. If someone hands it to me, I'm not going to turn it down.
Matt
It's
drinks
not going to
it.
stay in your
So
fridge
you're-
from your
Matt
your
drinks
family?
the keg out of in Alpine Valley from a tap that has not been cleaned
So,
since 1962.
I would believe that.
So Moon Man, Two Hearted, like
Moon Man is the best beer on the planet.
really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
I'll
gonna
fight
that's from-
people for that.
here. So that leads me to this.
Wait,
Hold on.
who's that from?
That's
New
that's
Glarus.
New Glarus?
Yeah.
So that leads me to this. Our buddy Scotty Brazil, who we'd all play basketball with. Mark, you did not play basketball. You played basketball against us, but not with us. Okay, but
Played against us? You probably lost then, right?
yeah, he lost. He lost,
probably
especially when we
He's
were
always
good.
beat me in basketball.
So my buddy Scotty, my buddy Scotty Brazil, and he's going to be on later when we have Illuminated Brew on in a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
He told
Who's
us a
coming?
story.
Is Jason coming?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Tell Jason I said go fuck himself.
Oh, I'm sorry. He already did. He already did. Yeah.
Did he already tell me that?
And he didn't apologize.
No.
I was trying to stay ahead of him.
No. So the deal is he would tell us stories about there would be brewers that would have a raffle, and you would have to pay hundreds of dollars to have the opportunity to buy for hundreds of dollars more a beer that comes out for 1 week. You could get 32 ounces of it, and that's it. Is that a thing?
That's the thing. It doesn't happen as much anymore because again, all the dudes have moved on to bourbon. But for a while there was, Bourbon County was that way for sure for a good solid 10 years or so. There were some beers that were selling in the secondary market for $300-400. There was
A can or a growler.
a growler, 22 ounce bottle.
22
bottle, yeah.
ounces.
There were some beers out of Iowa that were selling for over $1,000. There's some beers from Belgium that still sell for over $1,000 to the right person.
Well, Goose Island was doing stuff like that with.
That's the Bourbon County. That's
Bourbon County.
That's their name of their bourbon barrel aged beer.
Okay.
And we are exactly 1 month away in case. those of you listening,
Those are coming up for
it's
release?
It's coming up Black Friday.
Are you going to have it?
We will have it.
I will be there.
Oh my god!
They also did that for
Yeah,
their
we
beer,
are doing
for their IPAs and their beers. Their what the hell is it called? Sophie and
Sophie, yeah.
I mean, those were very expensive. Bunch of years ago.
The Sour Sisters, affectionately, they were called. They were.
There's 3 of them, right?
I think there ended up being 5 or 6.
Okay.
I forget which ones.
That is
Officially, we're in the lore.
That is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question and I'm not going to waste my time with the best beer you've ever had.
Because it's Moon Man.
Dude, are you serious? I can't get over this.
I already asked him that
I'm
question.
dead serious, Moon Man.
How about asking a new question?
Because I don't give a shit about that question.
I gave the Moon Man a 3. I remember every
I
beer
don't
that
like
I've
it.
had.
This is on Untapped?
Untapped.
Okay.
I don't remember anything, but I remember the beer. If you name a beer, I know if I had it or
Okay.
not. And
Yeah.
I knew I had it.
Okay, so-
375 is all
Yeah.
I gave it, Ryan, but I don't remember having it.
What did you give it?
5.
5?
I mean,
Yeah.
if
If
I
it's
did
the
not
best-
give it a 5, then it should be a 5.
Yeah.
Here's
I
a question.
stopped reading
Before,
about
before you ask your question,
go
let me
ahead.
ask just one question.
It's an APA,
so
though,
what's
which I like.
what's a beer that people might perceive as not a great beer, but is a good beer? Like, for example, like Red Dog or something that's kind of antiquated.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of underrated, but it actually is a decent beer. What would you recommend? Like,
Isn't that what hobos drink?
no, that's Richard's
No, you're thinking of-
Irish wine.
Ice House.
So
Just
Red Dog?
something that
My-
you think, yeah.
And I
You ever
should
seen
be
Red Dog?
clear. I am not a pretentious beer drinker. I do
Sure.
not walk into a bar and say like,
Sure.
oh, I can't believe they don't have any. Like
Moon Man.
there's no alt beers on draft.
Yeah.
I am walking out of this
Yeah, yeah,
establishment. No, I love a good cheap beer, and I think my go-to these days is either between High Life or Coors Banquet.
Good choice.
I love Coors
Love
Banquet.
Coors Banquet.
Banquet is
Love Coors
real
Banquet.
good.
Love Coors
And
Banquet.
when Johnny, what's his name, brought it back from Cobra Kai,
Johnny
I was-
Lawrence?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Johnny Lawrence. I was like, yes, now we can get Cobra Kai. Oh, now we can get Coors Banquet more
Nice.
readily.
Nice.
My father-in-law
I
used
knew
to
it.
travel
I knew
to
Coors Banquet was
Colorado on business back in a lot in the 60s and 70s, and you could only get Coors in Colorado,
Burt Reynolds.
right.
From Burt Reynolds.
And
Yeah, it's a big hat.
I've been
He
to Golden.
had
I've
the-
been to Golden, by the way, and their Coors brewing plant. It looks like a nuclear power plant. It's huge.
It does, yeah,
takes
it-
up like
yeah.
several square.
but you
it's
could
like
only
2
get
square
it in
miles.
Colorado.
Yeah, at the time, it was a big deal.
It's up until like almost I think the late 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think
mean,
that's
it's-
true.
And
Yeah, I'll ask Sally Field. She's still around. All right. So, but here's the thing I want to know. I don't want to know the best. What is, and you have a real answer to this,
Oh,
the
gosh,
worst
I said
piece
the
of
worst piece of
shit
beer I've ever had.
you have ever had in your life? I mean, it's just a thing. If you were on a desert island and it was death or drink this beer, you would die.
Wait, is there such a thing as bad beer or pizza? Is there such a thing?
there is.
Well,
It's
actually,
called Domino's.
No, Modelo Clamato. That's my number one horrible
But
choice.
I'm willing to bet that one week it's the worst beer in the world, and then you have something else, and then next week it's something else. It's like the best beers.
No, I can tell you the absolute worst beer I've ever had. Okay. So the worst beer I've ever had was a homebrew that it tasted and smelled like a baby diaper. And I am not joking.
We're back to crap and shit.
We're
There
back
we
to
go.
crap and shit.
Straight from the needle
I
unit.
took that homebrew because whenever we find like a skunked beer or something that's gone wrong with a beer in the store, like it's like a bunch of scientists. Like it's like, oh, what went wrong here? Everybody come over here. We're gonna taste some diacetyl. Everybody come on
Wait,
over.
so you
We're gonna
have
taste
people
flaws.
you have people taste shitty beer? Like this tastes terrible.
Absolutely.
Try it.
No, I want all of our employees, most of them are Cicerone or level 1 Cicerones, which is kind of like a sommelier of beer. So we want them to know, we want them to be able to identify flaws. Like if we have a shitty draft line hasn't been cleaned in 30 years, like I want them to taste that and I want them to know like there's something wrong with this draft line or there's something wrong with this beer. So whenever something is wrong with beer, we will all gather and say, guys, come on in. This beer is infected. It's got diacetyl. Or
Who's
going to
get sick first?
It's not. You're not going to get sick. It's just these are all like natural occurring
Well, you just get the
chemicals and
runs.
stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a home brew I had one time that was just pure what's called butyric acid, and butyric acid is the thing that makes baby diapers smell real bad. Makes baby poop. Is butyric acid, which is what this
Oh my God.
really, really funky thing. And it was so bad. I went over to the table and I was like, can you I need that bottle and stop it up. I'm taking it. And I brought it home to my wife and my sister-in-law, and I was like, you guys got to try this. It's so bad. Like the like the commercial where they're like, this is so bad. You got to try it.
The raccoons, yeah.
So that was the worst beer I ever had for sure. The worst production beer I've ever had doesn't exist anymore. And it was Frank Thomas Big Hurt beer.
Oh,
beer
I used to drink the Big
sucked.
Hurt. Wait, I used to have it at my house.
Yeah.
Remember, you used to have it all the
I
time.
liked it. I
actually
I'm a
liked
Sox
the Big
fan
Hurt.
now.
Sucked.
Who made it? We have to know who made it.
was,
You
it
know,
was
it was
made
had
by,
to be
it
here.
was made by Big Herd Brewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He
made by Frank Thomas.
it didn't
He
last.
stirred it with his bat
in the vat.
It didn't
Ted?
last long.
Ted, I don't think he uses bat. It looked like a bat.
It was called the Big
but
Squirt.
yeah.
It was called the Big Squirt.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't
actually
think
liked
Frank
it. I
Thomas
made
did.
Matt drink it. I had it in my house. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I did not hate
Steve,
that.
What's wrong with you?
The
I
Big
did
Hurt.
not-
I'm a big Sox fan. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But he
And-
probably
and
did.
again-
He probably did do it with the bad. You found out.
That is.
And when it comes to beer, again, everything is subjective, right?
Yeah.
If everyone had the same palate, there would be one
Right.
beer and it would be the best beer, right? Everyone's very different. Now, Big Herd beer had a lot of rice, and
I like rice.
I love rice. I eat it
but
by the
rice,
dozen.
It's made
rice
by-
tends
made by
to
Budweiser.
It tends to thin things out. It's a very
Budweiser.
cheap fermentable adjunct barley. I'm sorry, adjunct grain that you can use for beer production. But the whenever you ferment it, like I'm very sensitive to like sake. Like it doesn't do very well with me. And there was so much rice in that beer that I could not finish it.
I think we
So-
just
so
like the
bad.
7.5% or 8% it was. I think.
Yeah, so I don't want to freak you out, but Frank Thomas is my neighbor. Jack, can you just run next door and just grab Frank and see if he's home? Yeah.
Listen, I don't think Frank is going to defend that beer. I think Frank.
They're not making it
knew.
anymore. No.
No,
Oh,
I think
man.
Frank knew.
That is crazy. You know what? I can't think of like the only time. The only kind of beers I'm really not an
I
IPA
got one
guy.
more for you guys too.
Oh,
we
we
got
got
more in
another
there.
one.
Okay,
So-
that's fine. Yeah,
No, I want more of the cherry beer. The
yeah.
yeah, that cherry soda that is fantastic.
So the cherry beer and the sours, I have a problem. Like I still haven't embraced that. Now I get it sometimes.
the
It's
sours.
hot and but they don't taste like beer. You know, it tastes like cherry soda.
Well,
it
that's what
tastes
the-
like a
the-
seltzer.
That's
So
what I tell my in-laws in Minnesota, where they have the Northeaster.
Mm-hmm.
They make a blueberry beer every year. It's in season. It's so flat. There's no
Oh, I don't like
carbonation.
flat.
It's just blueberry. It's crap, but they drink it like it's because it's like it's a thing. It's more of a gimmicky thing.
Yeah.
But that's how the blueberry this tastes. I like this.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what it was. That it was cherry soda. I could
Cherry
not
soda,
figure
yeah.
out why
Yeah.
I liked it so much. That is fucking fantastic. All right,
It's dead on too. It's like not even. It's not even. You as soon as you taste it, you're like, oh my gosh, that's cherry
Yeah.
soda.
yeah, no, that is all right. So listen, guys, So Ryan, number one, I knew when I walked in. It's so funny, and I know immediately when I walk in and I go talk to people, right? And when I walked in and I'm looking at this and I'm looking at this stuff and I'm just like, this is awesome. Now here's the funniest thing: I sent Ryan an email like 3 weeks before I went to go talk to him, right? And he didn't send anything back to me, so I go in, right? And I always figure I can sell it, and I go in, hey man, hi, my name's Matt Deal, it's Real Three Idiots podcast, and so I'm like, hey, he goes, I saw your email, I'm going to get to you, I promise I'm going to get to you, and in a couple of days he got back to me, right? And I was just like, and he's like, I'm always surprised when somebody says, yeah, I think your show is cool. I'll be on it. I'm thinking, wow, we said so many horrible things. I can't believe you want to be on the show. So I'm always excited about that, right? It's one of those things. It's really cool to me.
What show did you listen to?
I listened to. Which ones I listened to? I listened to the one with a tarot card reader,
Okay.
and then the one before that one.
Susie, yeah, she was great. And the UFO guy, right?
Oh yeah, the UFO one. That was
Oh,
really neat
wow.
because I'm mostly a sci-fi
the one-
geek, so
So,
I was
dude-
listening. I was
the,
like,
the opera singer? Yeah, she was good.
I'd listen
she
to
was
the
cool.
opera singer.
But
Yeah, she was cool.
Mac's
Maloney.
awesome. Mac
Oh,
Maloney's
yeah, he is.
really cool guy.
Oh my God, dude! I'm telling you right now. As soon as Mac was the funniest guy because he's world renowned and he said yes and I'm just like, why is he saying yes to our show? Yeah. So it was and I knew as soon as I walked
Because
in.
you're worldwide prestige.
Okay, tell us about this beer right now because it smells unreal.
Yeah, so-
it
so-
smells
It's
like
It's really
reads.
good.
This
This is
is-
really good. It's very
We
different.
are-
This is very different.
That's incredible.
Yeah, this
So
is,
we are getting into the part where the theme kind of breaks down. I ran out of beers to find for pizza, so I was like, well, this beer has
This is pretty
cheese in the name, so I guess pizza
dessert.
has cheese.
Dessert.
So we'll
Oh,
just
no
go.
cheese.
So this is
What the
dessert.
hell?
There's no cheese in here. Don't worry.
Is this on
But
the
this
cheese
is
podcast?
this is from Eagle Park Brewing. They're up in Milwaukee. This is our only beer not from Chicagoland area. This is called the Pineapple Upside Down Cheesecake Incident.
yeah, it's really good. I detected
Oh my
cheesecake.
God! What the hell? How did they do that?
It smells like pineapple
I
cheesecake.
detected
and it
cheesecake.
tastes exactly like everything in the title.
I detect it.
So listen to me. If you are anywhere near Park Ridge, if you are anywhere
What's
near
so funny?
This beer is hysterical.
Yeah. Stop
because it tastes
smiling.
like pineapple cheesecake.
It does. It's unbelievable.
honestly, if you are anywhere
good.
near Park Ridge, Illinois, anywhere, get some buddies, okay? Go to Bear on the Wall and buy a $3 can of beer and split it with your friends. That is the most incredible thing I have ever put in my mouth.
Each of you buy a beer.
And I went to
Just buy
college
one
for
beer.
7 years.
Ted's frowning over here for some reason.
I mean, let's like
Ted's
it's
coming in
crazy
with a
now.
correction.
It's
Ted has a correction.
the second best thing you put in your mouth. All right, let's come on.
Yeah, everybody go to Ryan's store and spend $3.
Yeah.
I will. To be fair, this beer is not $3. This is probably a $4.25 beer. But
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so you know
Let's
what?
just round it up to 5.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll pay it.
Listen, work overtime, get a second job. I got 2 jobs. I don't know what either one of them are. I have no idea. This has got to be the coolest thing. I mean, forget hanging out at the local whatever, right? Go here, start splitting some beers, having some fun with this. This is crazy.
Do you have a private room?
A pants optional
like a party room.
For
No,
Ted and man.
For what?
like a party
For
room.
what?
Private events.
in Park Ridge we have the cafe can be closed for private events.
Okay.
And in Elmhurst we actually do have we finally built a private room after
See,
enough
Ted,
people
it was
asking.
not a dumb question.
It's not a dumb question because people have asked us so much that for our third store we're like fine, we'll build a private room.
We just went to a place in Evanston that has a donut shop next door to them, and they use that for their the same owners, use that for their private room.
Donuts? No, not donuts.
His coffee shop.
Well, the coffee shop is there to jack you up so that you can have more. Could you imagine? No, honestly, could you imagine going like some people do, like water, like beer and water, right, to kind of like stay hydrated or pretend sober. Could you imagine if you just went beer, coffee, beer, coffee?
How many beer coffees do you have? Like coffee beers?
Right now, not a whole lot, but give us 3 months and it's going to be a lot.
It's just winter thing,
yeah,
right?
They're
Yep.
coming. Oh, they're coming.
That is crazy. Okay, so we do. You know what? I mean, every show has to end. And honestly, I could sit here for hours and hours and hours and do this, but we can't. So, Ryan, if you listened all the way through, and 99% of the people who are on the show never have, at the end we kind of give our final summation. You kind of like your final word, right? We never make the guests go first. So, Mark, I'm going to let you go first. Final words.
Drink more beer. And if you're driving, don't drink. And if you're
drinking, don't drive.
Don't drive. Yeah.
That's really what you want to leave.
Drink more beer. This is unbelievable, and
yeah.
definitely visit Beer on the Wall. I love that you have 3 locations because this really is a big reach now for everybody. You're walking distance to like 3 of us, right? Maybe me. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
You could walk there.
Dude, I
It's
mean,
2 miles, 2.5 miles.
I could walk to Antigua right now. I mean, everything's walking distance if you got
Good
enough
stuff.
time.
Thank you,
Are we
Ryan.
in
Thank
Russia?
You so much.
Are we in
Yeah.
Russia?
No.
You're gonna
Drink
walk
more
to-
beer. That's what I'm leaving everybody on. Drink more beer.
Dude, I
Yeah, if
agree.
you're thirsty,
Teddy,
drink beer.
Mr. Non-Beer.
Yeah, you know what? I am not a beer aficionado, and I got to admit, I did enjoy all these samples that you brought today. Awesome, Mr. Ryan. And, so, I mean, from a non-beer drinker who's not a beer aficionado, bravo. So
Thank you. And
Thank
again,
you.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
brew any of this beer. I'm not offended.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, that's okay.
No.
And I know there was an IPA there, so you can just say like I didn't.
No,
like
No,
it.
it's
it was
okay.
great. It was great.
I hated
It was
the
great.
IPA. It was
I'm
fucking horrible.
still drinking it right now.
Yeah, no.
That's fine.
Listen, I'm gonna put all these beers together, and I think maybe just drink them like in a big bowl or whatever. All right. So Steve, you've already been on. Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm leaving you for last.
Stop talking.
Ryan, yes. Go ahead and hit us with your last thoughts.
I just want to keep beer fun. I got into beer because wine was too pretentious and it was too hard to get a hold of and it was too expensive. And I want to keep beer fun. So, it's great to have a nice crispy lager like we did for the first one. But let's not forget, when people walk in, they're like, oh, these pineapple upside down cheesecake beers are bullshit, man. This isn't beer. This is fun. Like that's what beer is meant to be. It's meant to be fun. So let's have fun with beer.
That is 100% true. All right, Steve, you, Mr. Second time. You're not as many times as your wife, my sister, but
I'm not a virgin anymore. Second time. But
I hope not.
I have to say, Ryan, thanks for being on. And I am your customer, but I encourage everybody who's listening, because beer, a lot of people who don't just think that they just like this kind of beer or that kind of beer. And there's so many different things. And I think you established that today by bringing just a variety of different things. And it's not just, I know IPAs are the biggest thing and people don't like the IBUs and some of the metrics with that, but there's a lot of good beer there. And like me or like you, I never order the same beer, and when I go out, I order five different instead of one at the same time. So, but thanks for being on.
Yeah, listen. Okay, so Ryan, number one, just the beers you brought today are insane. Just the different. I know how everybody's going to say this, but the different tastes are just crazy. And to finish it off, I think you did it in the perfect order. So you are a pro at what you do. You are absolutely a pro at what you do. And you have on Thursdays, you have it where people can bring, now not like home brews, but they bring their favorite beers for people to split. Is that a thing?
A beer share.
Yeah, we call it officially a bottle share. So on the second Tuesday and the last Thursday of the month in Park Ridge, Arlington Heights. They're going to start one up in 2023 for Sundays after the store is closed. But yeah, you can bring in any commercially packaged beers, not home brews. You can bring them in, and we have a license that allows us to just kind of crack them open, and then you get to try 1 ounce of that guy's beer, 1 ounce of that guy's beer, and then you bring something, and then they get to try an ounce of your beer.
Dude, that is
listen, you don't make any money with that though, right?
We do not. That is just strictly a service for customers, and just kind of an introduction to people who are kind of in the know and are really interested in trying a lot of different things. That's if you're new to beer, do not come to that because you're gonna get there's some weird stuff in there. And,
but isn't that perfect for people who are new to beer? I mean,
it is, but it's there are a lot of styles that you have to kind of work your way into. I'm not going to throw a lambic or a goose at somebody that hasn't been around, because you're going to start smelling things like barnyard, and you have to really, really, really like that flavor. I didn't bring those today because then you guys would run screaming.
Thank you very much.
But there are some really cool things
Ted's
you can
Cologne,
do.
Barnyard.
That's cool. There's some really cool things you can do with beer, and as far as a wood aging and some crossovers with wine and things that you can do as well. But those are some very strange styles, and if you're not ready for that, that's okay. But if you want to come and you want to show up and you have something cool,
is beechwood aged a real thing?
Beechwood aged is a real thing. We actually have a customer, we have an employee who works for one of the major houses, and verifies that there is beechwood at the bottom of those things.
It's crazy.
They don't change them out very often, but they are down there. But it's a process, and beechwood was a process that back in the day would help. Let's be clear, beechwood aging was a process that helped more money be made, because the yeast would live on the beechwood, and they could reuse that yeast by letting it collect on the beechwood. So
wait, are we talking about wood that is found on a beach?
BEECH.
Yeah. Oh, I literally
it's a type of tree.
So,
yeah.
no. So
literally,
right.
I should have clarified. Yeah,
I'm thinking
that's
that
driftwood.
Here's what here's what I'm imagining. Like
swamp wood.
Mark and I open up a brewery, right? And he's just like, "Oh, Matt, listen, I got to get out into Loyola Beach and grab some driftwood and get that shit out there, because that sounds horrible." Yeah.
No,
it can be, but there are some beers out there where it's literally we took a tree that was in our backyard and we chopped it down and we put it in a beer, and now it's aged on oak spirals, and here we go.
Oh,
that's the thing.
Okay, I mean, at some point, some things should not be put in your mouth.
No, but
beechwood, you put beechwood in.
No, but that's great, because you're thinking outside the box, and
I put all wood in my mouth. I don't care.
There might be
beech nut.
There might be some flavor.
Beech nut, I meant.
There might be some flavor out there that nobody ever tasted before, and they might like it a lot. So we don't know that. So think outside the box and do whatever you got to do.
We get in those crazy styles that are.
I like that.
There's a barn in a brewery somewhere. And we ferment our beer here, and all the bugs that live, and the spiders that are on the ceiling.
Yeah, don't assume anything.
Dude, you are not bringing people to beer right now when you say bugs
I know,
and spiders.
This is why I say don't necessarily come to the bottle shares unless you're ready to start talking about where the beer comes from.
And here's what I would say. If you walk into this place, and Ryan or anybody you've got working there, and if you tell them what you like and tell them the things that you are interested in, I just feel like you would have such a good time hanging out at this place, and you would get something that you like and something that you really enjoy, and then you could do that thing where you're just like, all right, now you know what I like, do something different, like, I don't know, cherry soda or a pineapple upside down
but-
cake or whatever it was.
But you know what? There's people out there, they don't even know what they like. They don't know what they like until they try it. So like I said, maybe they're not a Moon Man fan necessarily or this fan. And yeah, so just keep experimenting with stuff until
Yeah.
they might like something that
the whole
doesn't
point
even
of play.
exist. They might like something that doesn't even exist yet.
If we know what you don't like, man, if you walk in and you say, I don't like IPAs, that's great. Like, I eliminate 6 taps off my list, and I'm like, cool. Now I know I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to pick something for you. Off that, like, okay, now try this. Okay, you don't like that. Cool, let's go over here. Oh, you like that? Okay, what about this? You're also into that. Cool. Now I've got your band of what you like.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, this is my last thought. Get your buddies. Okay. Head to Bear on the Wall in Arlington Heights. Head to Bear on the Wall in Park Ridge. Head to Bear on the Wall in Elmhurst, starting
soonish.
very, very soonish. So all the people
Beer,
over there.
beer. Sounds like you're saying bear.
Bear.
Doesn't it sound like you're saying bear?
Yeah.
Had the Bigfoot on the wall. You still got like animals on your mind.
Just
Okay.
eat a bag
Beer,
of shit.
beer on the wall.
Okay. Listen,
Beer on the wall.
just do that. Grab some buddies. Grab some friends. Ladies, do you have a ladies' night?
Every night is ladies' night because we have more ladies than men now.
Damn right. Wow. That's the exact right answer, my friend. All right. Listen, everybody, experiment with your beer. Have some fun. And listen up. Oh, by the way, God damn it. Hit us up and follow us on our social media so that we can make $1 billion, because I want someone to buy this show for $1 billion, and then I want to buy it back for $33.
That's the dream.
$33.
That is the actual dream.
Yeah. I want somebody like, you have to do this. I'll buy it back for $33. And like, do you have $33? No, I pissed that entire $1 billion away, man. All right. So listen up, like us, and listen, next week, Mark, should I say it? Should I say what we're doing next week?
No.
Okay. Next week is going to be the most insanest show, and this is nothing that you want to put in your mouth. I will tell you that right now. Everybody have fun, and we will see you guys next week.